I'm Nathan Danforth. I go to Michigan State University, and I'm actually from Powell, Wyoming originally. And my title is Use of Heteropoly acids as Oxidation Reduction Catalysts in PM fuel cells. So in a hydrogen fuel cell, we have hydrogen coming in, it splits. The protons go through the membrane, electrons go around to make an electric current, and then they come back together on the cathode to make water with oxygen. And so the catalyst right now used on the oxidation reduction reaction is platinum and platinum alloys, and those are really expensive and they're not fully efficient.
Wait, what is it catalyzing?
What's that?
What is it catalyzing? You have platinum on the surface of something and it's catalyzing.
So it's catalyzing the oxidation reduction reaction. So we have oxygen coming in, the oxygen sticks to the platinum and splits. And it's really complicated, and there's not a fully functional model for it to demonstrate it. But then the protons, electrons stick to the oxygen to create water.
Okay, so you're catalyzing the formation of water.
Formation of water, yep.
Okay, I got it.
And so the platinum and platinum alloys are really expensive, and you have to use high loadings of them.
Okay.
And also, they're not fully efficient, so like things like carbon monoxide kill the catalyst.
Sure, yeah.
And so the hope is heteropoly acids are already being used in some proton exchange membranes for the membrane itself. And we're hoping that we can use the heteropoly acids as a catalyst. And so we've created these hybrids of catalysts and carbons, which we here have bonded different heteropoly acids onto carbons, so this is catching carbon. We've done that covalently, and so that's kind of a unique thing that they've done. So the main test I did was cyclical voltammetry, and you start at one potential, and you go to the opposite potential, and then run back and forth. So it runs in a cycle, multiple cycles, and then so that's our glassy carbon electrode. That's a working electrode. And that's what does that, creates that potential. And then our silver chloride is our reference electrode, and that's what reads the current coming through there. And then we have a platinum mesh, which is our auxiliary electrode, which absorbs and donates electrodes for the solution. And then we just ran in a pH 2 buffer, so it's at acidic conditions. So it models what a fuel cell pH would be at.
I guess the whole thing is hugely different depending on pH, right?
Oh, yeah. And that's the problem that's why we wanted pH 2, is because it's kind of with that. And so then this potential one is this is a silver chloride potential, silver chloride potential, and this kind of is a range in which a fuel cell would operate at. And that's the major concern, is the startup and shutdown, is you have those really high potentials, and that's where that platinum comes in dissolution. And so if you look on here, we have the blue is silicon tungsten 11, red is PMO11, and then purple is, blue is PW11, and purple is silicon tungsten 11. And then the green is just the control. And the only one that showed real activation of oxidation reduction was the PMO11. And there has been previous research where they actually did cyclical voltammetry on electrodes themselves, or MEA setups, so membrane electrode setups, and they kind of had the same results with the PMO12 being the only one active out of all the different heteropoly acids they tested. So that's not a big shocker, but kind of the interesting thing that happened was, so down here we added the black is just platinum on catching carbon, and the red is just PMO11 on catching, and then the blue is PMO11 and platinum on carbon. So it's a combination of the two. There's actually a decrease in capacity as well as decrease in oxidation activation or oxidation reduction of the catalyst.
So it looks, if I were to just look at that, why would I not think that the platinum was the best?
Well, it is.
Oh, okay.
So that's the problem is we were hoping that.
Okay, I get it.
You're
hoping it would be better.
That's definitely right. And so we were hoping that when we add these, we'd still have the nice big oxidation reduction curves of that, but for whatever reason, suppress those abilities. And I don't know if it's due to the morphology, diffusion, or what it is, but something, and that could be further tested with more image type research. And so this tells us that when we put platinum with the PM11, there was actually a decrease in the diffusion rate, which is kind of odd. Whereas when we did it with the silicon tungsten 11, when we put platinum on there, it actually increased the diffusion rate. So there's something interesting going on there, and I don't think that could be due to the structure or morphology of it. These are the SEMs of it, and so this is a silicon tungsten 11, and you see on there, they're really tiny dots, and so they're actually, this is taken at Oak Ridge National Laboratory, I believe, and the tiny dots are actually atoms, so they're really small on there. And whereas on here with the silicon or the PM11 and the PW11, they've kind of agglomerated and they create not agglomerate, but they create these crystal-like structures.
So wait, one of those little things is what?
That's like a crystalline type structure of multiple PW11s on there. Whereas the little tiny dots is one single silicon tungsten 11 atom. So here's the control for that one. Here's
silicon tungsten molecule.
Yeah, so they're really spread out and really dispersed. Whereas the PM11 and PW11 have kind of created this crystalline type structure. So that could be part of it, is when you put the platinum, because you have to put the platinum on first, then when you put these on there, it could be creating some sort of odd dispersion that don't allow the PM11 to act like they do when they're by themselves.